Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Shannon Green, your local Austin, Texas realtor, and today we're going to be talking about common mistakes that people make when selling their home. Trust me, when we go over these can save you a lot of time, money, and stress. So let's get started. First up, let's talk about some of the costs that you will incur when selling your home. Many sellers assume they're just going to pocket the sales price, but that's not the case. There will be agent commissions, closing costs, and other additional expenses that go into this transaction. You will pay a negotiated commission with your sales agent, and sometimes that sales agent will share that with the buyer's agent in order to bring in more buyers to see your home. Let's say that you negotiated a 6% commission. The selling agent would take maybe 3% and then share the other 3% with the buyer's agent. So on a $300,000 home, you would be paying around $18,000 in commission. And then there are closing costs. These can range anywhere from 1 to 3% of the sales price. They can include anything like taxes, title, transfer fees, and attorney fees. Imagine if you're selling a $300,000 home and expect to pay around $9,000 in closing costs. And let's not forget about additional expenses like repairs, staging, and moving costs. Staging can cost anywhere from $500 to $5,000 depending on how big your house is and how much staging you need. But those have to be included when you're considering additional costs if that's something you're going to be doing to get your home ready to sell. To get a clear picture of all these costs, make sure you work with your agent on this. They will go over all the costs that are incurred throughout the transaction to show you from the sales price minus all the expenses that it cost, what your net will be. And having that net number really helps you understand how to move into your next transaction or purchase or investment that you might be making after the sale. Next on the list is discussing pricing. Setting the price is crucial, and here are some main points to consider. There are consequences to overpricing a home. If you price the home too high, it might sit on the market too long, and this does not look good to buyers. Studies have shown that pricing a home correctly can help that home sell faster and closer to that asking price. On the flip side, underpricing a home might lead to a quick sale, but you might be leaving too much money on the table. It is essential to find that sweet spot to where your home is priced competitively in the market. So resist the temptation of overpricing your home or give in to your fears and underpricing it. I've always advised to work on a competitive market analysis, also called a CMA, with your agent. This analysis looks at similar homes in the area that have sold recently so that you can set a realistic and competitive price. I know of a client that wanted to price their home right at $500,000, but after a CMA was done, it was decided that $485,000 was a better number, and it sold in less than 2 weeks. So getting to that sweet spot is the best way to get your home sold in the right amount of time and for the right amount of money. According to the National Association of Realtors, if your home is not sold within the first 30 days, it's a good indication that the home might not be priced correctly. Another common mistake some sellers make is trying to sell their home without an agent, which is for sale by owner, also called FSBO. And here's why it can be risky. Handling legal documents, negotiations, and marketing can be daunting. Selling a home requires numerous legal requirements, including disclosure forms, inspection reports, and other legal paperwork. Missing critical steps, mismanaging the process, can result in legal liabilities and financial loss. For example, failing to disclose a defect in the property can lead to lawsuits and costly settlements. Negotiating with buyers can be challenging without the experience of a seasoned sales agent. Mistakes in pricing, marketing strategy, and negotiation tactics can cost you thousands of dollars. Agents have access to marketing tools, professional photographers, and can handle negotiations effectively. They have the expertise to stage your home, take high-quality photos, list it on the MLS, and market it across various platforms for potential buyers. This increased exposure can lead to more offers and higher selling prices. Real estate agents are also skilled negotiators who can handle tough conversations with buyers and the buyer agents. They can ensure that you get the best price and terms for your home. According to a study from the National Association of Realtors, homes sold with the assistance of an agent typically sold higher than homes sold by the owners themselves. The National Association of Realtors stated that a home sold by a for sale by owner at $217,900 would have more than likely sold for $295,000 by an agent. This is based on average numbers and what they have seen. That difference in price highlights the value that a real estate agent can bring to the table for you, the seller. A well-connected and experienced agent can help streamline that process, handle the paperwork, and close the deal more efficiently, reducing the time that your home stays on the market. On to the next topic, which is repairs. Ignoring necessary repairs can be a huge turnoff to buyers. Here's what you should focus on. Visible issues like leaks, broken fixtures, outdated systems can really turn a buyer off and make them think twice. Addressing these issues first before you put your home in the market can significantly improve your home's appeal. When all of your major things are working in the home, like the air conditioner, the appliances, the roof is in good shape, the water heater is in good condition, all of these things will give you a better return on your investment if they are in the best shape possible or in strong working condition. While some of these might be costly to repair, they might be worth it in the end by getting a higher value for your home and having your home sell faster. Talk with your agent about these things and go over the things that are most important to address now to get your home ready to sell. One of the most recent houses I was involved in had a leaky roof and plumbing fixture problems. And so they fixed all of that and were able to sell the house within the first month of it being on the market. It was right under 3 weeks. For the market that we're in, that was a good speed to sell the home, and they were very happy. If they had not done that, buyers might have been discouraged and thought maybe the owner wasn't taking care of their home, and what else were they going to be faced with? So fixing those things ahead of time gives yourself a little bit of leverage when it comes to presenting your house to a buyer. Talking about presenting your house to a buyer, presentation is everything. A well-presented home attracts more buyers. So here's what you can do to make your home shine. The easiest thing first is clutter. Clutter makes spaces look small and less appealing. By decluttering and depersonalizing an area, it allows a buyer to walk in and visualize what it would be like to live in that space. If you have pictures of your family and your dogs and your cats or whatever it is all around the house, it's hard for a buyer to grasp themselves in your space. So take those down while you're in the process of selling your home. Clean out all the clutter and get very clean and simple. Opening up the space with less stuff in it helps a buyer visualize themselves and putting their own things into your home. And this gets them stepping one more direction into buying that home. If your home is empty, I highly suggest staging it. Again, if you have an empty home and it's super clean, everything is flawless, nothing is wrong with it, but there's nothing in there to help visualize the furniture and where it would go, again, it's a roadblock for a buyer. Having a couch and a chair maybe in the living room staged can allow them to visualize what fits in that room, and they start thinking, my stuff will fit in this room. So you want to make sure you staged an empty house if you can do that. And if you have your own furniture, declutter it first and then make sure it's arranged where it really opens up and invites that space into someone walking into the room. Using neutral colors, enhancing lighting, all of these things help. So you might want to either use what you have or spend just a couple of dollars to maybe buy some decorative pillows that just help accent the furniture you already have. Now that you've worked on all of the fixtures, all of the issues of the house that might have been that you've now fixed, you've decluttered, depersonalized, and staged the home, the last thing you need to do is walk outside and talk about the outside of the house, because the buyer's looking at that too. And that's all about curb appeal. First impressions matter. If you can mow, weed eat, edge, put some fresh mulch in the beds, trim up the shrubs, boom, you have instant curb appeal. So don't forget about the outside, because walking up to the house is everything. You have a first impression, you think about what you're seeing before you walk in. So it doesn't take a lot. Get it done to make sure you have that great curb appeal. One of the most recent homes I was in had a completely staged home. It was beautiful because it had been empty. Then it was staged, and then some light paint was done on a fireplace to do a different color as an accent. Everything was cleaned out, and it ended up selling within that month in a slower market. And I can promise you, if there was no furniture in there and the paint touch-ups hadn't have happened, that house would have still been on the market today. once you've gotten your house all together and ready, let's talk about the world that we live in today, which is full of technology. So technology is your friend if you use it correctly. Most buyers start their search online before they actually start physically going out to houses. So when they're online, your pictures have to be everything. So high quality photos are crucial. They are often the first impression that buyers get of your home because they're looking online first. I always recommend in photos to use as much natural light as possible to shoot from good angles and ensure that the home is staged and cleaned. And with all of that being said, I highly suggest hiring a professional photographer. Your agent should be in touch with a photographer that they would recommend. These photographers make a huge difference. They know how to highlight your home's best features and make it look its best. When I'm on MLS and I'm looking through different homes, I can immediately see when someone didn't use a professional photographer, and I wonder why. Why did that agent not work with their client to get those phenomenal photos that would sell their home faster? And I don't know the story behind it. There's always something, but it is so important to get the best photography you can, because that first impression is everything, and then they're going to come to your home and see it in person. And finally, to get your home sold the fastest, you must be flexible with your showing times. Limiting showing times can seriously hinder your chances of selling quickly. Here's why you need to be flexible. Being available for showings, even at inconvenient times, increases your chance of finding the right buyer. The more people who see your home, the better. Always plan ahead to keep your home ready for showings. You might get a call that someone wants to see the house in 45 minutes, so you always want to have your house ready so that you can vacate the home and allow them to come see the home. It is a minor inconvenience for the time that your home is on the market, but it is worth it the more flexible you are, because the more buyers will come in and make that offer. Open houses are always a good choice too. You can have multiple buyers at one time in the house viewing the home with an agent present. With multiple buyers in the home, this can create a sense of urgency and competition, which is good for you, the seller. I know of a seller that was reluctant to show their home on the weekends. They had kids and sports, and they were in and out of the house at all times. After a long conversation and explaining the importance of having that house available, 2 open houses were scheduled and 2 offers were given on that weekend. If they had not been flexible, they would have missed the potential for those buyers. So there you have it. 7 common mistakes that could derail your home selling process and how to avoid them. I'm going to recap them real quick. Expect and budget for home selling costs. Price your home correctly with the help of a competitive market analysis with your agent. Work with a professional real estate agent. Don't neglect necessary repairs. Present your home in the best possible light. Use high quality listing photos, and be flexible with your showings. If you plan to sell your home and want to avoid these pitfalls, feel free to reach out to me for expert advice and assistance. I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my page as I continue to make more content that's valuable to you. And leave a comment below for any questions or experiences you want to share. And until next time, happy selling.